Hey, what's going on, everybody? So here it is, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that, my time, and I'm up and making this video because of a text that I received, and I kind of came off as sounding like a dick, and I sometimes do that, and I don't intentionally do it. So I just wanted to make this video because sometimes I could come off a little bit better face to video or sound or whatever versus a text. So this is kind of geared towards repeater owners. Um, uh, all the repeater owners, whether you're connected to us or not. If you do decide to connect to us, then you're connected to us. That makes your repeater at that point. The network consumes your repeater. The network is your repeater, especially if you put the repeater on the air for the very first time connected to us. We are your repeater, whether you like it or not. People have to understand when you have a repeater, you can't just shut it off. I mean, just because you don't like what is being said on there, you can't just shut it off. What if somebody else is listening to that and actually enjoying that? You have to put your users first. How would you like it if the power company just said, "Oh, I don't like you today. I'm going to shut your power off." Just because they don't like you today. And when you're affiliated with the network and you disconnect from us, that's the way I look at it. you know we're we're here to to have people listen to us. We're here to engage with people. And then I've seen it time and time again where a repeater owner just disconnects because they don't like what's being said. But how do you know that somebody that's not listening to your repeater is digging what's going on and wants to listen to it? Now you just turned it off because you didn't like it. I mean, it's no different than what's going on in today's society with censorship. And we're griping about that back and forth on the network, and then we have this happen where a repeater owner didn't like what was going on. And then I simply just asked him what was up with that, and he said, "Well, I didn't like hearing it." Well, you have a knob on your radio, you could turn it off. Versus actually just disconnecting the repeater from us. When you're a repeater owner, you have users, and you have to put your users ahead of yourself. I consider the network my repeater. I don't have a repeater anymore, but the network is my repeater. I maintain it, I make sure it's up and running. Can you imagine how many people would be pissed if I personally didn't like what was going on and I just shut the repeater off? If I just shut the hub off. You know, we've got 30 people connected to us. For all you know, on your repeater, you have 30 people listening, and now you just shut them off because you didn't like what was being said. So, I guess what I'm trying to get to is if you're not going to all out throw your repeater at us and just leave it connected, then don't even put it on with us, because the whole goal here is to be connected together 24/7. When you are a simplex user, it's a little bit different, but not much. You know, I still just recommend, if you don't like what you're hearing, turn the knob, because you could turn it on. You could go back by it 5 minutes later, forget that you turned disconnected from the network, and then you're sitting there, why is it so quiet? Oh, yeah, I disconnected. Well, imagine being a user of a repeater and you don't know how to get it back just because the repeater owner shut it off 10 minutes ago. Now there might be a whole different conversation going on. Now the user doesn't know how to put it back to being able to talk to us. Just put your users ahead of yourself, And if you can't do that, then there's no point in the repeater being on here, because that's the way people need to look at it. You have to put your users in front of yourself. It's like putting your children first. That's the way I look at things. And people get mad at me all the time because I don't put a stop to what's going on the network. I contribute to it sometimes because I'm just a goofball like that. But I don't put a stop sometimes to what's going on because I'm not a censored person. I don't want to censor people. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what you should be here for. I truly believe in people have the right to say what they want to say. And when you become a repeater owner, you kind of have to fall in line with that, because if you don't, then you're just depriving people from the entertainment. I mean, a lot of stuff that goes on here, we might push people away, but I guarantee you we've got a shitload of people in the back listening, putting on that bucket of popcorn and sitting there laughing their asses off, because we are a goofy group of people, and you never know what is going to come across next. Um, uh, yeah, no, that's practically what I just want to say is put your users first, put your personal opinions aside. If I put my personal opinions first, the network would be up and down like a shithouse lid. And you know how many people would be pissed off because of it.